video for you guys. This is going to be a Terran strategy, and basically I'm just going to be showing the opener of this. This is going to be a really delayed gas fast expand in Terran versus Protoss. It's going to be a 1 barracks into an expansion into more and more barracks, just getting Marines, delaying that gas a ton, getting a few bunkers up for defense, and it could be a quite nice, very economic focused opening. I hope you guys enjoy it. Just to look at the players real quick, we got Tarson, a European player, very good player, don't know a whole lot about him, and we have Ranged, NRS Ranged in the Protoss. So let's just watch this opening. Totally normal opening for now, just getting the supply depot at 10, and then we're going to be getting the totally standard barracks at 12, and the only thing that's going to vary up after that 12 is we're not going to be getting gas. And there's also an interesting thing Tarson does here to block off the scouting, which I think is quite an interesting technique. So barracks going down at 12, more and more SCVs. You can see basically, since you're not getting the gas, you're going to be building up a little more minerals here than normal, and so Tarson's going to do something interesting just to deny scouting. So the barracks is going up, more SCVs. You see he's got more money than you're usually used to having at this point. You should still be very low. And then this SCV right here, he is going to just build a partial supply depot and then continue scouting. What this does is it puts the Protoss player completely in the dark. He has no idea what you're doing behind this wall. There could be 2 gas going down, there could be a quick expansion. He really has absolutely no way to know. And so after the barracks is finished, just getting a Marine out and getting the command center as quickly as you can, and then we're just going to keep constant Marines coming out of this barracks and then expand as soon as we have enough minerals to do it. Now you can choose to expand on the high ground or on the low ground. Obviously if you expand on the low ground, it's going to come out a little bit faster. Will be put you slightly ahead economically, but it's a little more difficult to do. So first mule coming down, still constant SCVs as normal, and right around this time the second Marine comes out. They should be able to sit at your ramp, and you should have enough for an expansion. So there goes the expansion. Definitely try to line up that timing where it's your second Marine is coming out and then your expansion is coming out. That's something that if you're practicing it on your own, you should definitely try to do that. Now what Tarson is doing here is he's actually trying to scout for a 4-gate, trying to scout the pylon that would come from a 4-gate. He actually hasn't seen enough to really make any big judgment about the Protoss. And then back in his base, you can see we're just going to add on four barracks here before we even get gas. Normally when you do this type of fast expansion, you're kind of getting gas right around this time, but he's actually delaying it a huge amount, getting 1, 2, 3 barracks even before his third refinery, or sorry, his third supply depot, which is very interesting. This is kind of a concept called powering, where you're not making a lot of units, you're just making a lot of production structures so you can really surge forward lately, and so he's able to delay this third supply depot quite a bit. And just going to get these barracks down, going to get an orbital command on his command center as soon as he can, and just pump mass Marines. At this point you can see, he can tell that Protoss is pushed out, but he doesn't see an expansion going down. So this is also close to the time when you're going to need a bunker. Looking at this time right here, it's 5:30. A 4-gate will come out around the 6-minute mark. So that's basically what this bunker is for, is I believe it's just an anti-4-gate bunker. Usually either get 1 of those or maybe 2. But as you can see, still no gas, just making constant Marines out of these barracks, and he's actually building up a quite nice Marine army. He's got 13 Marines, not too bad at the start of the game, and he's going to start surging ahead in SCVs as well. So I'm going to continue following this. Okay, alright, pausing real quick. Let's look at when he actually puts his gas down. When his bunker finishes, his orbital command at his natural has made about 6 SCVs, and he's had about 3 rounds of Marines, and somewhere around the 40-ish supply mark. So I'd say it's pretty reasonable to say, well, around the 40 supply, start getting gas. So Tarson is now getting gas, and he actually gets both of his gas relatively quickly. I believe he's going to add on this second one quite soon. What are you doing, Tarson? Don't make me look bad, Tarson. And then the follow-up to this build is he's basically going to just be getting add-ons to all of these with his gas. So there you go. After the first refinery finishes, start that second refinery and just start adding tech labs and reactors to all of your barracks, and you'll start amassing this quite nice, quite large bio army. Not sure how much further I really want to go in this build. I just wanted to show the opening of everything. So getting guys on gas. I'm going to wait until all these barracks have some kind of add-on on them and showing him getting some upgrades. So now he's got a pretty good income rate, and he's able to get concussive shell. There's going to be some more add-ons thrown down here in a minute, and as you can see, just continually pumping out SCVs when he's not supply blocked. Oops. Even the pros get supply blocked. That should make you feel good. So la da 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 da. Actually, he is getting a factory as well, just gearing towards teching up so that he can get medevacs or Vikings sometime in the future. I think I'm going to stop this at about 9.5 minutes, I believe was the good time I was looking for. You can see he did add up a second barracks because he never did see this expansion. So he was actually expecting an attack to come in, and probably by now he's realizing it's not going to happen, so he's probably assuming there's an expansion there. But those are all just in-game decisions you can make. And here we go. There's the add-on explosion. Getting 2 more tech labs and 1 reactor, and he's going to be getting stim and combat shield pretty quickly, and then just pumping out a ton of marauders against this mostly gateway army that he's seen so far. So that is basically it. That is the opening I wanted to show. To continue on forward with this, it depends a little bit more on scouting. If you're seeing Colossus come out, obviously scoot towards Vikings, but also get some medevacs. But yeah, that's basically it. From here, you've got your production structures up, and you can make a lot of units, get that production kicking in really good, and once you get to, I don't know, around 100 and something supply, right around when this stim, combat shield are finishing, as well as, where is the engineering bay, as well as when this +1 finishes, I would say that is a quite nice timing attack to go out. Usually you can actually get into the Protoss army and start fighting them before the Colossus have really built up a large enough number to be terribly scary. And so this is a quite nice opening. As you can see, it's quite even on the worker count, but because of the mules, the Terran is actually going to be ahead, and he did expand sooner, so he is ahead in supply. Anyways, I'm just going to actually just fast forward a little bit through this game just to see how this first engagement goes. You can see he has a ton of Marines and backing it up with Marauders. Right now he's pushing out blah blah blah. I'm not going to commentate the rest of this unless you guys want me to. Like on strategy videos like this, should I commentate out the rest of the game? I don't know. I mostly wanted to just focus on the opener, but if you guys think it would be best if I go ahead and just commentate out the rest of the game, then I can do that. Let me know in the comments. And also follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/TrebusSC2. I've been getting involved in stuff a bit more and trying to, market myself via the Twitters. I'm doing the tweets. Alright, so first little engagement here. Like I was saying, the Colossus numbers are not too high right now. All this attack came out, I think, a little bit later than it should have, really. He's got a decent Viking number that's going to really get rid of those Colossus fast and just microing back his Marines and Marauders so they can't get hit. Oh, the Colossus stays alive with 12 kills before he gets taken out. And as you can see, this is a pretty nice win for the Terran for now. Although range is going to be able to continually warp in units and just reinforce quite solidly. Microing back, kiting all those zealots. Zealots are not friendly once they get actually in your face, but with concussive shell they're quite easy to Kite, and all these sentries are going down. So many sentries lost by the Protoss player. And looking at the units lost count, it's essentially even. So that was basically a trade. I would say, you know, if Tarson had perfect insight during this game, I think that attack should have come out a little bit sooner, although he was able to obtain his third, so that is quite nice. Alright, I'm going to wrap up the video here, so hope you guys enjoyed that. Just to recap briefly, the build in its, the opening of the build anyway. It is a 12 barracks, block off your choke with a supply depot if you want. Right around the time your second SCV or your second Marine is coming out of your first barracks, then you should have enough to expand. You can expand on the low or the high ground, and then after that just add on 3 more barracks, get out a couple rounds of Marines coming out, and then around the 40 supply mark get your first refinery and second refinery, and then start teching up and getting upgrades and all that kind of good stuff. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you learned something. All you Terran players out there, this is a very good TvP opener. Highly recommend it. Everyone, GG. Please keep watching. And follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/TrebusSC2. Later.